During my high school years, I really felt like I was lost. I know that I had to stay motivated to continue for my college years or the things that I've been dreaming. I was really feeling lost. I didn't have any mentors, I just didn't know what to do, and then I realized that motivating myself needs to come within. And I figured out 5 important key points that led me to Harvard Business School and becoming a teacher in Stanford University and working in Google right now. And today I would like to share these tips with you. Let's get started. Staying motivated is really difficult, especially finding a good reason and try to focus and try to go to that path. But what if you don't have a mentor? What if you don't have anybody else sharing your same vision, same values, or the things that you are dreaming is sometimes sounds crazy to the people next to you? For my family, it was like that. For them, they were thinking that if you become a teacher, it's totally okay. You don't need to dream the best of the best, or you don't need to go to Harvard Business Schools. You don't need to go and apply for the, high-tech companies in the world and be the best what you're doing. You can just do simple things and you can continue your life. In my vision, I was thinking something completely different. I really want to focus and I really want to work in the high-tech companies. I really want to teach one of the best schools in the world. For me, it was Stanford University. And for me, the best school that I was really dreaming of that I was able to get in was Harvard. But again, not knowing what to do, staying motivated was very difficult. Then I realized that if I just set one goal and accomplished that one and move on to the next one, it's basically biting the things that I can chew and then just try to digest the rest of it. The first one was trying to analyze what are the goals I have and which one is really important for me. Prioritize them based on the most important one and the least important one. For me, the most important one was going to a really good school, getting a really good education, and having a really nice network of my classmates. Because I know when I go to these schools, I can go to one of the best options that I can have. For instance, going to the best student clubs or learning from the best professors in the world. So I realized that I can actually set up the goal. So number one thing that I did during my high school times is again, prioritization. It might sound really basic, but believe me, it's really difficult. Especially if you're doing multiple things in your life. You have to study for your high school exams and you're also living with your parents and you're also going through this teenage years and times. It's all turbulent. And I realized that when I set the goals, I can actually achieve a lot more. And I realized that in each goal, there has to be motivation behind. And I can just list them like this for you. A material reward. I think this is very classic, right? A material reward is you do something and then you go and you buy yourself something else. For me, it was mostly books. I love reading the books. And every time I do something, I accomplish a mission, I was going and buying a book for myself. For you, it might be something different. Maybe you just want to buy yourself an iPad or you just want to buy yourself, let's say, a car, which is a little crazy to me, but especially for high school students. But for me, you can just put a goal behind it that's related to a material reward. But what if you can actually do that for yourself? The second one is the personal gain. Simply, you improve yourself. Let's say you want to know Final Cut Pro for editing software. So when you just learn this one, it's a difficult task, but your personal gain is you can maybe list yourself as a freelancer in Upwork or Fiverr, and you get to make a lot of money by working for different people all around the world. So the personal gain is doing this difficult task. And then just at the end, of course, that's kind of related to material reward, but there's a personal gain. You're up-leveling your skill, you're improving yourself. In the long run or the short run, you're actually making a really good income from that. I know a lot of freelancers are doing that, but in my high school years, that was really difficult for me to imagine. If I learn this one, can I really make money or can I really find a job? I had so many anxieties during that time. Then I realized that, again, going back to the basics, prioritization, which was really important for me, which ones I really enjoy doing it, and then what are the actions I really want to continue doing. Third one, feeling accomplished. So I think this is something that most people underestimate. Because if you put yourself small tasks and then you accomplish them, I think cherishing them is really important. So you might say that, what do you mean by that? I'll give you an example. There's an app that I use all the time. By the way, it's not sponsored, so I just want to mention that first. There's an app that I use, it's called To-Do List. And then what I do is like every time I need to do a small task, let's say running errands, washing the dishes, making my bed, or just like doing some errands inside the house, I definitely use this app because like accomplishing small tasks really make me feel good. And you don't need to use this app, by the way. Maybe you can use a Post-it. You basically list out all the things you really want to do, and you basically say that, okay, I did this, check mark, I did this, check mark. And when you complete the small tasks, at the end of the day, you're gonna feel accomplished. Small things, but it will really help you prioritize, and it will really help you continue motivating yourself. Maybe you might feel like you didn't do that much that day, but when you look at the whole list in your Post-it note or on your to-do list, then you're going to realize that you actually accomplished a lot, and you will continue motivating yourself over and over again every single day. The other thing is like visualizing that a step in every single direction to your goal is actually making you to like win a bigger game. So I can give you an example about like losing a weight. You might be thinking that every day I'm just lifting up the weight, but there's nothing actually rising up in my shoulders. Basically, I'm still feeling weak and I'm not developing myself. But starting with the 5 pounds maybe is so basic, but every day you are doing and you're improving something else, you're going to realize that you are definitely making changes. Maybe not the first month or the second month, but moving forward. But again, if you can actually visualize your bigger goal, every single day when you're taking action, you're going to realize that this 5 pounds is going to be 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. And the most important thing is like visualizing. Start small and go higher. Other thing, make it fun. Maybe you might be thinking that as a high school student or a college student or a business professional, the things that you are doing is like, it's just not fun. Maybe you just don't want to do it. Maybe that day you just want to like slack and just don't want to do anything else. But if you can actually make it fun, it might spice up the things. I'll give you an example. So I love drinking coffee, and every time there's a task that I really don't want to do, what I tell myself is like, you know what, I'm just going to make it fun. So if I can actually complete this task, I'm going to go and do myself a pumpkin spice latte. So something that I don't do for myself, I usually drink Americano, but I'm actually like saying that, okay, maybe with that task, I will continue drinking this different type of coffee or latte. So I'm actually merging it with something fun that I enjoy. I really consume drinking this, and I'm going to complete my task as well. It might sound super silly, but it's really worth the shot, because you're going to realize that if you merge something that you don't like as a task and something that you really enjoy slightly, maybe it's something, maybe eating like a chocolate, not too much of course, then you're going to realize that you're making that task a really fun one. And the other one that I really want to mention is the mindset. Not giving up. Because the second that you realize that you are giving up, then everything just goes to waste. Again, it's like working out. You want to work out for 1 to 2 months, and maybe you just like stop doing it because you just want to give up. You are not seeing the results. That's the moment that you actually continue doing it. Because the second you give up, of course, your motivation is going to go down. But if you promise yourself every single day that this is my goal, this is my bigger vision, and I'm not going to give up, I can tell you that that motivation will never go away. Just keeping your promises to yourself. It might sound a little simple, but what I do is like I write in a Post-it note my vision and what are the things that I really want to accomplish, and I put it on my computer. And I'll make sure that I see it every single day. Sometimes I even put it to the mirror of my bathroom. When I'm brushing my hair, when I'm doing my makeup, I see that goal every single day. Reminding yourself your affirmations and not giving up is extremely important. Again, it might sound simple, but you realize that if you want to do it even during this video or after this video, it might be challenging. Again, don't give up. Lastly, recognizing your progress. It's important that you're just putting your milestones to yourself. What I do is like I genuinely, literally create milestones for myself. Let's say I'm learning XYZ, and the second point is I'm going to do, when I learn this like skill, I'm going to apply in this area. After I apply this area, this is what I'm going to do. So I'll give you an example. Learning Final Cut Pro was extremely difficult for me for my YouTube videos because I was a newbie, I didn't study film, I was only studying management, and for me it was a really big task. I was dragging my feet and I really wanted to do the YouTube, but I wasn't sure, especially understand the lighting and the camera fixtures. What I realized is like, if I can actually take like a LinkedIn learning course, how to do like small edits in iMovie, and then how to do small edits on the Final Cut Pro. Again, these are milestones. And then how to do like a thumbnail. And then how can I apply these best practices for my YouTube videos? How can I make it even better? So again, these are like simple milestones. Of course, it takes a little long time to learn like iMovies or Final Cut Pros or like customizing your thumbnails. But every time I create my milestones and start applying in my day-to-day, the ones that actually you are seeing right now in this video, it really makes a change. And then I reward myself, sometimes with a small cup of coffee or just by going outside having a nice walk to reward myself. Again, not giving up, putting milestones, keeping yourself focused, keeping the motivations extremely important, especially on the tasks that you really don't want to do. And the last one, believing in yourself. It might be easy for me to tell this to you, but you can take it from me. In high school, I really didn't believe in myself that I was able to get into Google or Harvard University and become a teacher in Stanford. And now, with this knowledge, with these accomplishments, I want to continue sharing my knowledge with you. Don't give up. That's my last take for you. I would like to hear from you your daily motivations. How do you keep going? How do you motivate yourself? Please leave the comments down below because I love reading your comments and hearing from your best practices and tips as well. If you want to know more about this type of content, don't forget to check out this video too. I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now.